With the deadline for the US tariffs to kick in fast approaching, government maintains that all channels of communication remain open to engage with the US. On Wednesday morning, the country's first citizen held a telephonic discussion with his US counterpart on trade matters. Minister in the Presidency says negotiations with the US, led by Minister of Trade, Industry and Competition, Pax Tau, with the support of other ministers like Ronald Lamola, John Steenhuisen and others in the economic cluster are ongoing, and only once a deal could be finalized will a review on the tariffs be made.
The principle is that the room for engagement is there and the President continues to engage, and you'll recall that in May, he led the delegation to Washington to open that room for negotiation. And it's from that meeting, the working visit, that there was an assurance that as soon as we reach a deal, then there will be a review of the tariffs. And then, so there's nothing new in that. That's why, otherwise, if there was no prospect for a review, there will not be need for a continuous engagement. So we continue to engagement because there's always prospect for review.
Government says the tariffs could cost the country around 30,000 jobs, with the automotive and agriculture sector being the hardest hit. Government has since established interventions to help companies that are affected through the interventions like the Export Support Desk, Localization Fund Support, and the Export and Competitiveness Support Program, amongst others. Through these, it hopes to avert job losses.
The interventions that I read through, which we will repeat, are part of the aim to mitigate against those job losses, including the diversification to the other markets. You indicated how soon will the diversification to other markets take place. They have been taking place in the agricultural sector. Minister Steenhuisen will give the details during the briefing. In the agricultural sector, we found markets in China, for instance, for other products. He'll give the detail of the product list. There will be short-term mitigation to make sure that the production capacity is maintained and jobs are saved. And jobs saved may not necessarily mean everything, but in the medium to long term, we want to make sure that we maintain those jobs or create more jobs.
Ntshavheni reiterated that South Africa's transformation agenda is non-negotiable in the context of ongoing engagements to reach a trade deal with the US. Trump previously criticized the country's affirmative action policies, and during a working visit in May, he accused Pretoria of seeking to destroy Afrikaners and their language by way of various policies, including the Bella Act.
We need to be very clear that the transformation agenda of the country is non-negotiable, because that transformation agenda is not for the sake of its own. It's to make sure that we build an equal, united and prosperous South Africa. There have not been any law in this country that have been adopted by the Democratic Parliament since 1994 that has been made to be punitive. The laws that have been adopted in this country and passed by Parliament and assented to by various presidents of the Republic have always been meant in the best interest of South Africa, South Africans, and its economy, its social cohesion, its stability, and the overall well-being of our people. If any laws have to be changed, they will be changed in the interest of South Africa and its prosperity.
Natasha Piri, SABC News, Pretoria.